This is Richard Hammond's Buick from the Grand Tour, and it's very broken. It overheats, it barely idles, it's scabby all over. It's a mess. Today's goal is to find out what the hell is wrong with the engine.
In previous videos, Richard has managed to coax it into life, but barely. Under its own power, the Buick has only travelled a matter of feet since arriving in his barn after the lockdown Grand Tour. Let's sort that out, starting with some engine archaeology at Ric Wood Motorsport.
Rick, you've been working mostly on Richard's MGB, but he's now handed you this. How's it been so far? What have you found?
What I found is, well, he's got a supercharger bigger than his MGB engine.
Yes, yeah.
So I got it running quite easily. It wasn't a problem.
Okay.
We actually fired up and got it running.
Because Richard got it started, but for like 30 seconds. So you actually got it
Yeah, I got it
properly.
running.
Okay.
Yeah, got it running. Sounds okay. It's got oil pressure.
Okay.
They're the good points.
Okay.
The bad points, which are many, was it kind of wouldn't hold water, and it was pushing out water out the expansion bottle faster than we could push it in. So
Wow. Okay.
it's kind of suggesting that there's either gaskets gone, cracked head. It could be a nightmare, but the only way to tell is strip the patient.
Okay, well, like new head gaskets and then a cracked head and therefore basically a full engine rebuild from... So they're quite extremes.
Yeah. But until you kind of get it stripped, we're not going to know.
Okay.
All we know is it's pretty drastic. It's never usable like this.
Okay, well, some good, some bad. How do we go about stripping this? I'm guessing this has to come off first.
That's first, yes.
Okay. Well, as ever with these videos, treat me as the apprentice.
Okay.
I want to get my hands dirty, but yeah, let's get stuck into this thing.
Right, pull the bolts out the inlet manifold first. So,
Okay. What do you reckon the displacement of this is? Looking at it, to me, it's like 3 litres, high twos. It's big.
It's probably 3 litres, isn't it?
Enormous.
Too many.
Considering what all these Capri V6s, are they 3 litres?
Yeah, 3 litres to 3.5.
Nice.
So,
And then technically you could, just in terms of air pump, you could combine this with the block. So this is like a, what, 7 litre-ish block?
it will be, yeah.
Plus, so you're talking probably 10 litres of engine, like air
Yeah.
displacement going on.
Yeah. But unfortunately, the engine's probably, they probably only make 220 horsepower.
Right.
They make very little numbers, quite a lot of torque.
Yes.
But, really disappointing. But they still got the torque, so they still accelerate.
I do wonder, they slapped this on, will the engine, like how does that work in terms of keeping the engine running? Will they have done work with the carbs and to actually make the thing function?
I think this is just a bolt-on kit, and it's a bolt-on and run. But the problem is, imagine that's putting another 150 horsepower, 200 horsepower on. This engine was never designed to do that. So I think that's why it's failed. The fact that the head gaskets aren't good enough, nothing is good enough in that engine to take another 200 horsepower.
Yes, I imagine the tolerances in here are just so loose. It's just
I'm sure it was
stuff
absolutely
going everywhere.
fantastic 50 years ago,
Yeah, okay.
but it's 50 years down the line. So,
Okay. Right, bolts are out.
right. If we tilt it with the belt off,
Yeah.
if I tilt it like that,
This is the biggest belt I've ever come across. Look at the size of that. It's enormous. To me, that's just going to slap off every 10 minutes, but okay. This
Right,
looks like it's
are
going
you
to be
feeling strong?
so heavy.
it will be heavy.
Okay. Right,
If
where'd
you
want me?
remember, maybe there, that spins, so maybe there, just remember that's going to spin on you.
Yep.
If we take the strain,
Jesus Christ.
you all right?
Yep. Oh, pipe.
Put it on the top there.
Oh my God. My car out there's got a Rover K series. I
About that
honestly
weight.
think that's about the same weight. What a monster.
But if you think that's almost solid metal inside.
I'm sorry, the amount of power it's creating barely offsets the weight you're putting in the car.
It probably costs 100 horsepower to use it.
Oh, okay. See, if I was building this for me, I would leave this off, but I know Richard, it's the history of the car, he's wedded to this.
It's a Mad Max thing, isn't it? You know, he's got to have a belt out his bonnet, spinning round, looking really cool.
I mean, to be fair, it's going to be on you. It's going to be you that has to get this working. But if you say you did it and it was just leaking water, then fair play.
It'll work. It'll make a lot of noise, if nothing else.
Okay. Okay, right, next.
Essentially, we need to get the heads off. So, okay.
That's cool. You know, I've never actually stripped apart an American engine before, so these are push rods.
Yes. So we've got a camshaft down the middle of the engine, driven by a chain.
Yeah.
Push rods.
Even nowadays, like the Corvette engine is still push rod.
Yeah, I mean, they've stayed with this kind of design, and NASCAR's.
And what are the advantages of this or disadvantages of this versus a kind of European engine where it's all in the head?
Revs.
Right.
Yeah, revs.
So it can't react
and the volume, because you've not got 4 valves in there. So, but these are meant for torque, and they do make torque, and they make nice noise. It's a nice noise.
It's a nice smell.
No, it's not. It's an
lovely.
burnt
I love
oil
that.
smell. You need therapy.
I'd put that
You
right
need
here.
therapy.
Right, get these off.
Yeah, let's get them off.
You know what, Rick? I would come here as an apprentice and I would just do this all day. How about that?
Do you mind being shouted at?
Yeah.
I
quite like it,
I have
actually.
zero patience, unfortunately.
no.
Oh,
Really?
Oh,
If I ask the guys downstairs, will they say you're an absolute battle axe of a boss?
yeah. There you go.
My weakling millennial fingers.
I'm impressed you don't mind getting your hands dirty.
Oh, I love
Because
it.
you are going to get your hands dirty with this.
Honestly, if I could be an engine builder, if I could transition to that, I would.
But the thing is, this is the only dirty bit. When it's going back together, it's like these, you know. It's
true.
like clinical.
I
It's the
can show
opposite.
my dad at the end of the day, look, Dad, I actually did some work.
I've fallen over. chuck it in there. Chuck it in there. Okay, plug leads. Let's get plug leads off.
Pull them off.
Preferably without breaking them.
Straight out of here as well, or?
I'll
take the whole
just
thing
whip
off.
that up. That's a quick way. That should.
Wow, that came off remarkably easily.
So, rockers off. We'll lift this rocker shaft off.
Okay. I'm guessing, like, so far, because we haven't got deep enough, you can't see anything that's...
The only thing
any
that's a bit of a
alarms.
giveaway is the emulsifying in the head, in the rocker covers. Just looks a bit milky.
Okay. So that's water getting into the oil.
Yes. Oil and water don't mix.
As a Rover K series man, I'm well versed on this.
You know what? Rover K Series actually
It's the best engine in the world.
they kept the motor trade going with the head gaskets for at least 10 years. So you have to
still
thank
going.
Rover.
They're still going.
Yeah.
Nice. You've not shouted at me yet. It's going well.
Apprentice, you've missed one there. I've got a horrible feeling we're likely to change the cam.
Mum, I'm okay. Rick's looking after me. Kind of.
We'll take the heads off next.
So is that a follower?
That's a cam follower. It's actually not too worn. It's in quite nice condition.
What would you be looking for? Would there be big scores on it? Or-
Yeah, these as a general room, they should have a polished look. They are worn, but not as dreadful as they could be.
Did they all need to come out, or can we leave them? in
We'll
place and just-
leave them in for now because
Okay.
we need to get the heads off, and then either you'll be reduced to a man in tears, or you'll be a happy man.
I'm chill. This is Richard's
Yes.
car.
Okay. Try not to pull it across, so you better, one hand there and one hand there type thing. Now, obviously, you'd put one under there, wouldn't you? So you have to take everything off. Just really, like that. That's a designer that thought, how can I make a mechanic's?
Can we get in there? What a stupid bolt placement. Everything else is exposed, and then there's this one. What is this, Rick? What's this?
It's a takeoff for a carburetor, a cold or warm air inlet to the air filter, on a
Right.
cold day.
And it's covering basically the top edge of the bolt.
So either you're dead lucky or you're dead lucky. I was expecting that to snap because it's probably been in an exhaust manifold for 50 years, hasn't it?
So why tell me to gun it then?
It's more like to shock it. If you do it like that, you'll just strip it.
Right, okay.
If it's going to come off, it's going to come off with a gun.
Right, so we might actually discover some stuff after this comes off, right?
It's either going to be good or it's going to be bad. Yeah, no, they're all out, aren't they? Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Chuck it on here. It is like a
That is a lump.
cast iron. What jumps out with that, and see the exhaust valves burnt out, see the cracks in it there?
Yes, okay.
So that's been running lean, it's burnt the exhaust valve out.
So that's goosed, is it?
Oh yes.
Right.
But that's not our problem. See, it's discoloured here, so it looks like compression has been getting here.
Okay.
I'm just looking at the firings here.
You need some liquid moly rapid cleaner.
What a good idea.
This is some good stuff, this. It's
Is it?
amazing. Yeah. Right, I'll give you a whole load of it. Here, have some of it. Yeah, nice.
So actually, I'd say on this side, I wouldn't say the head gasket is breached massively. So maybe it's on the other side.
And again, my amateur mindset is saying that these are pretty gunked up as well.
Yes, they are.
And arguably this is water as well.
Yes.
Okay.
But it's still not the smoking gun. That's kind of what you expect after 50 years.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't think we found it yet.
Yeah, because it's a 71, so yeah, it's 54 years old. Is that older than you?
No. No, it's not.
You look 45, Rick.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
You're suddenly my best friend. No, I'm really old.
This is where I'm trying to get
Are you
on my
trying to-
weekends. I see that there's an RB26 behind you. I'm going to build that one weekend. Going to take a quick break from the strip down to show you this place and the cars that are in it. We're at Ric Wood Motorsport. Casual Group A Skyline, HKS sponsored, so cool. Rick's bread and butter, however, is racing Capris. In eyesight right now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Capris just chilling here, all with different levels of tune. The one I really want to show you though is this one here. This is what's called a Group 5 Capri, basically the peak of the racing Capris. It's got its bodywork off right now, but trust me, this thing looks insane. We'll go around the rear and you can imagine what the front looks like in tune with that. Look at the pipework of this engine. It's only a 4-cylinder, but it takes up the amount of space of quite a big V8. All this inlet pipework going on here to the engine, but then all this exhaust work out the other side, and an absolute honker of a turbo sitting there. It's a beautiful piece of engineering. Apparently these ran 500 horsepower back in the day. Rick and the boys have got this up past 600. The main thing is stopping the head from clean blowing off. Might be a bit tight round here, but come and have a look at the Venturi tunnel on this car. You can go in past me. Sponsored by Liqui Moly. There we go. Not only is this video sponsored by Liqui Moly, this entire car is. The tunnel in there, our entire crew, the 3 of us, lunch in the Venturi tunnel of a Group 5 Capri. Sounds good to me. Group 5, very cool, very powerful. This one is possibly a bit more relevant to our channel. This is what Richard's Capri could be. That is the same Essex V6 that is in his car. Look at those inlet trumpets. You can just imagine what they sound like wide open at Goodwood or something like that. Would Richard want to go this far? I know he wants to definitely tweak that car, get it going, restore it. I think he'd be tempted to do this. If the MGB, his race car, is the template, this could be the Grand Tour Capri. What do you think? Should he go this far? It's a hell of an engine. I think something to take into account is the amount of cars he has. He'd probably drive it once every 2 months, maybe, just when he's rotating stuff. So it would need to be an engine that's not properly race engine. It would need to be somewhat usable and just turnkey. That's a nice piece of kit. I'm not a Capri man. I dig this. See, this is where, because I've never been a mechanic, this is where, like, I'm right-handed. So what is the easiest way for me to put, because I
It's
feel like
whether
doing
you
that.
like pulling or pushing. If you're pulling something into you, you'll actually get more.
Torque behind it.
Yes.
I don't know whether it makes any difference, but this side feels tighter.
Making tight noises there. We'll make it over there. Put it there. That's closer. So same again. Gaskets haven't breached like I thought they might have done. Hang on. See that cloud in there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, where it's a nice, you know, you can see the seal there, but it's gone a different grey,
disappear.
a grey colour there.
Yeah.
So he's going to put that cleaner on, isn't he? Yes. Just clean that, Mike. What a good idea. Yeah,
See,
no.
the apprentice wouldn't
There's
get
a-
away with that.
I would say this area is the problem area.
Okay, so it's almost like you can see a nice silvery bit there, nice silvery bit there, but then it suddenly goes dark here.
Well, I would now go over to the head and show you, but you've just covered it in solution. So, you know, I was talking about different colours. It's
Yes.
a bit of a giveaway. So, obviously, we can't see the different colours because you've coloured it in. But look at this. That's been burning okay. Can you see they're a different colour, those two?
yes.
They're almost like almost oily as well, aren't
Yes, on the far sides.
they? Yeah. So the actual bores themselves don't look bad. So I think this engine essentially isn't total disaster. I think it's going to need honing, ringing. We'll check the bearings in a minute, but I'm gaskets.
So where's all the coolant going?
Imagine this water system is running at say 1 bar, £15.
Yep.
So in here, the compression pressures, say it's running at 150 psi just when it's cranking, but that's not when it's exploding. So in here, there's like hundreds of psi. So what happens? That hundreds of psi breaches past here and pumps the water system up, hence pushing the water out.
Okay.
So it's not the water system only runs at, like I say, 1 bar.
So would the smoke out the exhaust not be like steam? Would it be big white smoke coming out because of that?
Yes,
Okay. Okay.
because some of it's getting in there, but also the compression's pushing it up. And
Okay. I thought that the sheer amount, the sheer volume of water would have meant there'd be some enormous hole somewhere, but that's enough.
to be honest, I was expecting more of a breach than this, but you can clearly see this has
Okay.
gone here.
Get this date in your diary, folks. August the 30th, 2025, DriveTribe Live at Bicester Heritage. If you want to meet Richard and the rest of the DriveTribe team, get your tickets through the link in the description below.
Okay. So
It's
good
not.
news.
It's not disaster. I thought after listening to it, and yeah, I thought it'd be worse than this.
So what will have caused this breach fundamentally? Is it simply a failed head gasket?
I think so, because someone's put a massive supercharger on it and asked it to do something that it was
Strange.
never designed to do.
Who the hell would do that?
Who in the right mind?
Stupid thing.
Who in the right mind would put a supercharger bigger than the engine
Okay.
on the top?
And realistically, that head gasket could be 50 years old. It may have never been apart.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
Looking at the bolts, it all looks quite clean, doesn't it? So,
Yeah.
you know, I think it was a nice, genuine thing. And it probably, if you hadn't have put that supercharger on it, it probably would have carried on for the rest of its life quite happy.
Can I tear it off?
But yeah, these gaskets just not up to the job. So yeah, these will wiggle off. So you spin it over and look at the same kind of thing, this telltale here. But sometimes you'll take them off and literally they're breached, they're gone.
Okay. I mean, I was kind of expecting more drama, but we've found it immediately and
Yeah.
jumped on basically.
Yeah. Well, no, the hard work starts now.
Well, yeah.
So now you
Our
need
job
to
today is done.
get really dirty and go and clean these.
Have you got that here?
Yeah.
Cool. You guys know the drill by now. A DRIVETRIBE car in a workshop, we're going to be using products from our channel partner, Liqui Moly. Every DRIVETRIBE car has Liqui Moly fluids in it, and the Buick will be no different. Once this V8 is rebuilt, a video that you guys will hopefully see sometime soon, we will be using this stuff. Liqui Moly's classic motor oil 20W50, perfect for older engines just like this. It also comes in this sick box. We'll also be using their oil additive, which uses molybdenum disulfide to reduce friction, improve reliability, and keep everything running smoothly. It forms a protective film on internal engine components, reducing wear and helping this big old lump run at its best once it's back together. But the hero of today is Liqui Moly's Rapid Cleaner Spray. We can use it to clean, strip down components, diagnose them, and suss out what's going on with Richard's engine. Let's keep stripping. Next, we flip the engine over to attack the bottom end.
It's going to be sick.
Oh, ooh.
And that's old sick.
That changed colour pretty quick. That was like Shrek's piss.
Look at my nice, clean floor, mate. What are you doing to me?
Yeah, I've ruined your worktop. The floor's now getting screwed. This whole place is going to be written off by the time this engine's
It's been
stripped.
mate. Right, so now we'll whip the sump off.
Yep.
Whip pistons out and see if there's any calamities. My guessing is it was in quite good nick, this car,
Okay.
before it was ruined.
Yeah. It was literally someone's pride and joy.
Yes, I kind of get that impression.
And then it got Hammond.
It's kind of what they do, though, isn't it?
Yeah. It comes with the gig. Okay.
Come on, get dirty again. I'll be your apprentice again. Oh,
you.
you're too fast. Getting some speed, actually. Quite impressed.
My dad always says to me, you're not as dumb as you look.
I'm not going to respond to that. Usually you'd put these in order, Mike, but I'm that sad. You could throw them all in a bucket and I'd know which every bolt is.
How?
Because I'm a sad old man.
Is that just down to coloration?
Wise old man. Oh, it wants to come off. Lovely. Bit of sludge.
Bit of gum.
That's not bad for 50 years.
There are some lumps in the bottom of here.
It's not bad.
Okay.
I've seen worse. It's not too tight, that's okay. Then turn it upside down and the bearing's there. So, I tell you what,
They look pretty good.
yeah, really good. No big scrope marks in it. The other side will show a bit more pain because that's the bit that gets the thump. This just stops the thing going through the head.
Can you pass me some Rapid Cleaner?
Will the Rapid Clean work on my floor after? So, as you probably realise, that's kind of lead copper.
Yep.
So that's you could stick your finger in that. In fact, if you get a screwdriver or something sharp, just see how easy it is to mark.
That.
It's scary. Well, we're not using them again.
Why did you just do that?
Just to show you that, can you
Yeah.
imagine that at any one point, the crankshaft should never touch that. It should be on a bed of oil. The fact that it's that in good condition, that tells us it's never run out of oil pressure. And that, yeah, needs polishing, but the surface of it, there's no scraps in it. Unbelievable. What have you brought me, mate?
What a minter. Some absolute legend back in some GM factory.
This is the opposite to what I'm used to. Usually something comes in and it's like on its last legs, you know, like needing crank grinding.
Yeah,
Lovely.
Oil starved on a racetrack
Absolutely.
somewhere.
Oh, did I tell you it needed, you know, like everything doing to it?
Complete engine rebuild.
Yeah, no, this is a pleasant surprise. So now we need to push the piston out. So we can use something like that. So push on the piston there. Gotta make sure nothing, yeah, keep going.
Yep.
Steely there. Got a longer screwdriver?
Can I just get the hammer?
Yeah. No. No hammers involved.
It's a light tap.
No, no.
There you go.
Let me get that out. It's a big old skirt, that, isn't it? Same.
Yeah, beautiful.
So just a few marks. So that's a bit of dirt in the oil.
In general, will it always mark on the top side rather than the bottom side?
Just
from the rotation?
It's where the power. So
Sure.
when you get your compression stroke, bang. So generally, if it's going to be marked and worn, it's going to be worn on this side more than the other side. But even so, you can see you see where, use your cleaner. So can you see how that's run through that coating?
Yep.
And the coating on the side here, it's still dark on the sides.
Yep.
It's kind of what you'd expect. So pistons are in fair shape as well.
And the cylinder looks okay.
The bore itself, I felt it before. There's a bit of a ridge on it, but I think it'll just hone. I think it'll be all right. We'll measure it properly with the bore,
Okay.
Mike. But you can see, you know, it's not scored. It's in remarkable condition. I don't know.
Good.
Don't know how you've done it. Don't know how you found
Let's just
one.
whack a head gasket on it. What are we doing?
No.
Come on.
You see, that's why I damaged that bearing. To stop.
Just the right. The
to
whole...
stop you coming up with an idea like that. It's like watching a puppy work.
Is that a good thing?
You know, like a puppy, it's all arms and legs and no control. But you'll get there eventually.
We finished stripping the bottom end down to just the crank, at which point Rick started teaching me the wizardry of balancing one of these behemoth blocks.
V8s are either internally balanced or externally balanced. So when you look on the flywheel, see there's on the blade there's a bit missing out there. So that's saying it's externally balanced. And probably on the flywheel, it's got an extra bit of metal and one thing to keep it balanced. So some that say if that was all in one piece, it'd be internally balanced, so it didn't need that bit to keep it in balance, or the flywheel to keep it balanced.
So you're saying the counterbalance would be engineered within the crankshaft?
Correct.
Versus a lump outside it?
Yes.
Okay.
And that turns really nicely. I'm amazed. It's not often I'm speechless.
Good. The Buick has some redeeming features.
It obviously does.
This might actually be an okay car once we're done.
I hope so. I was confident when we took the first one off, I was pretty confident this was okay because the oil pressure was okay. And I'm just as confident the mains are going to be okay.
Okay, well, we'll be back in a few weeks. This will all have been cleaned up. We'll put it all back together.
Yeah.
Easy, isn't it?
That's the nice bit. I love putting them together.
Yeah, never mind these Skylines and Capris. Let's get a big honking Buick on your stand.
Why not? You'll want to test it after that, won't you?
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Rick.
You're welcome.
It's been cool. I've only bled a little.
Look at this. Yeah.
Exactly. Oh no, I absolutely love this stuff. And yeah, hopefully there's a nice redemption story here.
I think there is.
Cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I think the greatest shame about this car is it was an absolute minter. When the Grand Tour bought it, it was someone's pride and joy. And I think our engine archaeology has shown just how nice this car was originally. And then it got Grand Toured, and you end up with what we've got here. This wing is revolting. In my opinion, it needs to be redone. It's really started to bow here, and it's made out of nothing. It's almost paper mache. The connection on either side, it's just nasty, sort of kitchen sealant. It started to rust there as well. But inside, and the mechanicals, as we've seen today, are actually quite good. Richard has big plans for this car, and it's going to be transformed by the time we're finished with it. So stay tuned for those videos. And if you like this one, give it a thumbs up. I've been Mike, and don't forget to subscribe to DRIVETRIBE.